All right. Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Whew, and I'm not alone tonight, folks. Oh, no. We've got a brother from another mother right over here. Mr. CM Styles joining me for some AEW reviewing tonight. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing pretty damn good. Thanks for having me on the show tonight. It means a whole lot. Finally got to sit down and watch 2 hours worth of AEW content. I can't wait till we talk about it. Very entertaining content tonight. And back to you.
Oh, dude. Looks like we got a few people coming in here. Good to see Core Dream Studios. What is up? Smash This Podcast hype. Yeah, that's right. Oh my goodness, and doing some moonwalks. Well, you got more talent than I do then. Oh my goodness. Eric is in the house. What is up?
What's going on, Eric?
Runs in and suplexes J-Bone and helps Styles pin him. Oh, heel turn. Oh my God.
Show hasn't even started yet. I'm already heel turn.
And I'm already getting suplexed. Rough start here. Oh my goodness. Critical Sting is in here. New women's champions 2 nights in a row. Oh my goodness. Yes. Tosses toothpick. All right. Yeah, I'm going to end up looking like Mox. All right. So, yeah, an absolutely loaded episode of AEW tonight. And as we jump into this, folks, don't forget to smash that like button and smash that sub button and ring that bell for notifications if you're new here, folks. So Styles, I know that you're busy in the gaming world. Why don't you take a second, let the people know what you've been busy doing, because you've kind of put I shouldn't say kind of, you've put Destroying Kayfabe to rest pretty much for the time being, and you've been doing other stuff. Why don't you let the people know what you've been up to?
So what I've been up to, thank you for this time. I've been up to a lot of streaming on Twitch TV, also in other platforms like Mixer and DLive. I'm multi-platform in my horizons, but I'm mainly on Twitch. I do a lot of retro gaming. As a matter of fact, the most current game I've been playing here is a gift from a good friend, the Nintendo World Championship of 1990.
That goes back.
That goes way back, 30 years in the making. This year, there's rumors that they might have a competition for it. And if that's the case, I'm going to take my part in being in this and getting the highest score possible.
Which is like 1.2 million.
1.4 million is what I got. My sideshow kick, or my sidekick back here, he watches me play. He plays once in a while as well. I'm doing a lot of that. Also, I do a lot of other retro games as well. The 395 and 1 Nintendo kit. But you can find me at Styles_gaming over at Twitch TV. A lot of good content over there. Very interactive with the crowd. I love having people come to the show. Cheap plug.
Hey, plug all your stuff. It's all good, man.
But yeah, man, my heart and passion is dedicated to gaming right now. Wrestling is not a thing of the past for me. I still watch it, but I don't always have the time to talk about wrestling anymore. Mainly because my kids are growing up and they're running around the house like animals and doing their thing. And except my sidekick back here, he's quiet as a mouse. but it's just remind me of the Right to Censor stable. Thanks, Elijah. But yeah, Styles_Gaming. Be sure to check that out. If you have a Twitch account, feel free to follow it.
There you go. Absolutely. Go over there, give them some love, subscribe, and hey, if you got Amazon Prime and you're not subscribed to anything else, you can subscribe for free. All right, jump in the chat here just for a second. Elijah Washington, welcome. Jimmy Havoc versus Dr. Luther in a death match. Okay, was that? Okay, when was that? Because if that was tonight, I missed it. Was that on Dark? Maybe?
Oh, that would have had been last night then, or unless Dark was. Oh yeah, that's right. They're doing Dark right now. They're doing tapings for next Tuesday.
Oh, is that what they're doing?
Unless they do Dark prior to Dynamite.
It's usually before and or after the current live show. Okay, so I haven't seen that. I know Havoc was supposed to come back soon. Oh, if they're doing Dr. Luther versus Havoc, I can't wait to see another comment here. But man, J-Bo Matt Hardy is done with WWE. Yes, finally. Yes, he gave his exit. I talked about that on my last show. So you think Brody Lee is joining John Moxley and Lance Archer? Freaking awesome. Yeah, man. There's a lot of people influx all over the wrestling industry right now. A lot of free agents talking. We got a debut tonight, Styles. Oh my God. If you follow my channel, you know I am so hyped for this. Who debuted tonight?
Mr. Jeff Cobb himself.
Mr. Jeff Cobb, a.k.a. Matanza Cueto, unmasked of Lucha Underground. Oh my God, dude. This guy is a beast. What did you think of Jeff Cobb?
Well, when I saw him come out, I was like, oh my God, this dude is like freaking massive to begin with. And to come out and attack Moxley right off the bat, I was just like, geez, this guy's not playing around. And I don't know what he calls that finisher of his, but
the Tour of the Islands, because he's an Islander.
That's right. But seeing that, I was just like, oh my God, this is like a whole new moveset for me. You know, I watched Lucha Underground, but didn't focus on all the characters. So it was just like, you know, I'm not hardcore into it like you are. But this guy is a monster. And
he is
5'10", 265 pounds. Yeah. This guy is not playing around.
This guy is as big as I used to be, practically, only all muscle. Okay, this guy has the Rhino build.
Yeah,
okay?
That's the first thing I thought of when I saw him. I was like, oh my God, all this guy needs is a spear.
Yeah, and except he's got even better grappling skills because he's got that collegiate wrestling ability similar to Jake Hagar or someone like what's another one out there? Trying to think of someone current that's got legit like grappling skills, you know, or someone like Kurt Angle. Okay, you know, similar. But man, and the fact that they brought him in and he's part of the inner circle. I love the fact that they called him a bounty hunter. I mean, if that's not the most awesome, like nerdy little Mandalorian thing right there, that's just great. Because I was all excited about the Mandalorian and the whole, you know Boba Fett. You know, the history, Star Wars, all that stuff. I'm such an old nerd.
We so old.
Right?
I'm not complaining though.
So yeah, it looks like Jeff Cobb is done. I mean, we don't know contract information. We don't know any of that. But if they're doing the whole entrance theme, he's up on the screen, had the mini promo right before he came out. It looks like he's signed. I mean, and he had a great little run with Ring of Honor over the course of the last year plus after exiting Lucha Underground. But man, I knew this guy was so good. It's the only thing he's lacking is like promo stuff, you know. But there's plenty of people in the back that can help him with that. Between Taz, oh my God, Taz can help him. Dustin can help him. Jericho, he's running with Jericho. Hello.
You might as well say he's a part of the inner circle, being that hitman or hired assassin or whatever you want to call him, the bounty hunter.
Oh yeah, he's in. He's so in, and that group just became even more dangerous. And later this spring, you're going to be seeing even more new faces. Probably this brand is going to explode even more, dude.
Yeah, it is.
I can't wait. So let's get into some breaking news coming out of this episode just outside of the world of AEW. JR, during one of the matches tonight, I don't remember which one. It was in the second half of the show, I believe. I didn't write that down. But JR announced a new book is coming out soon called Under the Black Hat, coming out late March. I believe they said March 31st.
Something like that.
And this is going to be his, I don't remember what number book this is. He's got a few books out, including a cookbook. So
yeah, I want that barbecue sauce book.
Hey, you can go to
jrsbarbecue.com.
Yeah, whatever his website is. Just Google it, and I'm sure it'll pop up there. There's recipes. You can order the book and order all the sauces. I'm really curious to see how good the sauces are, because I'll admit, dude, when I'm grilling, I am a Sweet Baby Ray's guy. How about you?
Yeah, we do Sweet Baby Ray's, and what else do we do? There was another one, Sticky Fingers. It's a southern based barbecue sauce. Sticky Fingers barbecue.
There is I think there's a barbecue thing that goes on yearly around here, sponsored by one of the local rock stations, and different restaurants and cooks can come in and feature all their barbecue food stuff, whatever. And that's actually called Sticky Fingers. So that's what made me think of that. That's interesting. Little local tip if you're ever in the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area. All right. So let's start reviewing this AEW Dynamite Season 2, Episode 7 episode. We are just week and a half away, less than 2 weeks, whatever it is, away from Revolution. And we're getting some more matches set up for that. We'll get into that later in the show. Oh, excuse me. Overall, dude, your thoughts on this as we start breaking this apart?
Oh, this episode right here, let me tell you, top to bottom, Tony Schiavone said it best. It was probably one of the greatest episodes of all time. We had 2 title defenses tonight. 1 title changed over. It's just like, oh my God, I don't know how to process all of this show. I haven't been excited about a show like this in quite some time. And I don't get it. I don't get it.
He's helping me this time. He turned on you. I don't get it. It's like a double turn. It's hilarious. I love this guy.
I'm going to have to charge this guy.
You're right.
Next week's card looking good. Yeah. As a matter of fact, next week, don't we see Pac in a match?
Pac is in 2 weeks going to be getting his rubber match against Omega.
That's right. I thought it was next week.
I'm a little surprised it's not happening at Revolution.
I know the booking kind of seems odd right now, but the action makes up for it.
Yeah, I'm not complaining. I mean, it's a Revolution worthy match, but you gotta. It's kind of got that WCW mentality. You gotta still draw in the viewer on a weekly basis, But yeah, like I said, I can't complain. It's always good. All right, so we start out here hot with a championship match. We got the AEW World Tag Team Championships on the line. We got SCU consisting of Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian with Christopher Daniels. Well, he was down there for a little bit. He didn't stick around too long.
No.
Versus Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page, the AEW Tag Team Champs. And right as this match is about to start, we get a promo from somewhere in the arena. The Dark Order shows up and says, "We're watching and we're closer than you think." And it's like, oh. And then it gets into the match, and Christopher Daniels takes off looking after them, and there's all these rumors swirling about Christopher Daniels joining the Dark Order, or the possibility of him joining the Dark Order. Your thoughts on this, dude?
Well, first and foremost, I do not think it's going to be Christopher Daniels. It's going to be someone outside of AEW possibly joining in. Names I cannot disclose because I do not know. But Christopher Daniels is definitely, he's on the lookout for the Dark Order. He's got SCU's back. I don't see a reason for him to turn, although he has a dark history now with the Dark Order, and they want him to wear the mask and join the crew. And it's just not going to happen. But the match itself, fantastic.
Oh, yeah. It's just another example of this brand bringing some of the best tag team action to the forefront, on television. And that's one thing they said from day one, is that they were going to focus on in-ring action and especially tag team stuff. Some opinions going on in the chat here about who may show up. Boy, you guys are on fire tonight. All these. Elijah Washington says it could be Raven or Eric Bischoff. I don't know if you're joking or if you're serious. Corresponds with, if Eric goes to AEW, Vince Russo will join. Then we'll have WCW 2.0. And some people are comparing this to WCW just because Cody is one of the main guys running the show, and he's got his father's genes, and he's bringing back some old school feel to some of these shows as well, bringing back some old WCW themes, which, in my opinion, certainly is not a bad thing. Do you appreciate the old throwback stuff once in a while, Styles?
Oh, dude. And a throwback once in a while, they give us that nostalgic feel of what the 80s and 90s used to be. I appreciate all of it. I mean, they could do it 24/7, and I wouldn't care, because that's just how I am. I love this stuff. I live for pro wrestling. Always have, always will. Like I said, I'm not going to dedicate myself to every brand because not every brand's giving me what I want. But I support pro wrestling in general. And companies like AEW are going out. They're going all out and all in and it's an emotional roller coaster of events. So, yeah, I appreciate everything that AEW has done so far.
Awesome. So yeah, incredible tag team action here. Kenny Omega and Adam Page retained their championships after a hard-fought battle. No Christopher Daniels around, no Dark Order around until the very end. They make their way down to the ring with their crew. Dark Order surrounds. They start attacking everyone. And then every tag team under the sun comes down, and we have absolute, I wrote down here, tag team chaos in the ring. And that's because we are getting where is it in my notes here? Here. Next week we're getting a 10-team tag team battle royal. And the winner of that is going to go on to face the tag champs at Revolution. So that's just going to be flipping cuckoo. And there's so many good tag teams on this roster. Some winning, some losing, but they're all decent in their own aspect. We then go on to some absolute real shit here. We got an interview with JR talking to Santana from the Inner Circle. Dude, what did you think of this interview with Santana bringing it about as real as he possibly could?
Well, I enjoyed it for the fact that it was JR doing the sit-down interview. JR is good at doing those to begin with. He should do those more than he does commentary. And that's not a bad thing. But seeing JR and, Santana talk about his history and then talk about how he lost his dad. The only thing that confused me was, how did he lose his dad? It didn't really go into depth, if I recall. But
it was very recent, like within the last few weeks, that Santana lost his dad.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything of it because I kind of haven't been paying too much attention to everything. But he said that he lost his dad, and then it was just a very dark path. He talked about living in a whole basement in the Bronx, and he would call his dad at 3 a.m. Just to say, what am I doing with my life? He wants to do something about him. And, he's been in this business, from what I recall, he said 10 years?
About 10 years, yeah.
And working for scraps and working his way up into the company basis. And it was just very dark for him, but it was very deep. It was very truthful. And you don't see that in promos today. You see all these scripted promos. This was basically off the script.
Oh, yeah. And like I've said, you keep it simple and you keep it real, and people are gonna grab it. It doesn't take much.
This is what makes me respect this company even more. They're using personal agendas, to reach the audience, reach a fan base, have them understand what's going on in their world. Not just this WWE fantasy stuff. We're talking real life AEW stuff. And more like, not even AEW stuff, more like real life, what's going on in my world. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and people can identify that. I can't imagine. I can't imagine what Santana's going through. I can't imagine what he's going through as a professional wrestler in that aspect. And, you keep hitting the road. He's got a great support system around him. He's got Ortiz. He's got the, you could chuckle and say he's got the Inner Circle, but
yeah,
this company is going to be quickly becoming family to each other. You know?
Oh, absolutely. I think they're already there. It's just baby steps working towards a bigger, better family. I mean, they do their backstage meetings saying what they need to do to improve the show, and week by week the show improves because they're working all together as a unit. I mean, you have the booking team and you have the creative team, and then you have the locker room leaders like Jericho who are out there giving motivational speeches to each and every one of these individuals, both male and female. And it's amazing what a family can do in an organization.
Yeah, the company is simply run by wrestlers and wrestling fans. It's not run by someone who walked off a Hollywood set and doesn't have a freaking clue what they're doing. They get it. They've been in the industry for years, if not decades. For someone who walked off a Hollywood,
Oops.
I heard myself.
Yeah, I did too. Where?
I'm invading. No. We got a new name in here. Brian, welcome. I don't recognize the name. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the chat, I should say. I saw something else I wanted to point out here real quick before we jump into the next thing. A news bit. Yes, I saw. I don't know where the hell I saw it. Where did it go? I lost it now. Elijah Washington talking about here it is. Teddy Hart arrested.
Yes.
I saw the news. We'll talk about that just for a quick second. So upsetting and disappointed.
He was doing so good in his career too.
He was making an incredible comeback. Last year was the redemption of Teddy Hart's story. That's all everybody was talking about. He was on top of AEW. I met him last year. I met him last summer. Tremendously nice guy. And then all these rumors about him came out. He got dumped from MLW, started doing these crazy YouTube videos with Maria Manic. And now this. And damn. Sad. Really sad, man. Just when you think he's really starting to get his shit together and maybe move from MLW up to that next plateau. This year's going to be crazy in the world of wrestling, and I couldn't wait to see who is going to scoop this guy up and let him feature his talents. And that ain't happening anytime soon. He's going away. I'm imagining for quite a while. I don't know the whole judicial system where he got tagged in down in Virginia, but
Virginia doesn't play, especially with it being a Commonwealth state. They are not laid back whatsoever.
They're probably going to throw a book at him. So Maria Manic, hope you weren't tied in any of that because she's already got plenty of stuff to deal with. Just trying to make a go of it in Ring of Honor, help rebuild that brand. But didn't want to talk about that too much tonight, but I did see it in the chat. Did want to quick bring it up. Sucks, man. We'll see him down the road somewhere. His court date is coming up in.
But just come on.
I don't know, sometime, somewhere in April or something. So he's going to be sitting for a while. So, all right, back to AEW Dynamite. Talked about the tag team stuff. Talked about Santana. We get a nice little promo here from Darby Allin. He got wrecked a couple weeks ago by Sammy Guevara in the inner circle, damaging his throat to the point that he's having trouble talking, having a lot of trouble. And put out a promo on bits of cardboard, tossed him down to the ground, basically challenging Sammy Guevara to a match at Revolution. You think he's going to accept Styles?
Dude, I don't see why he wouldn't. I mean, as a heel, Sammy Guevara, he can easily duck away from it, but you got 2 weeks away. I could see Sammy getting in the match and Darby coming out and finally, whoop his ass, and all of a sudden you have Sammy say, "You want a match? This is like your death wish. You want it, you got it." Or he could do the coward thing and just run away. But I think it'd be good publicity just to have those two put on a show.
Oh, man. These two could have match of the night. Because they're both daredevils. They're both incredibly good at what they do. Yeah, and not everybody likes that style of wrestling. I get it. But damn. I've been a fan of both of these for a few years now. And to see them both clash on a big stage like Revolution, dude, I can't wait. All they got to do is confirm it, and we're off to the races. So, yeah, looking forward to that if they can put pen to paper on that one. And speaking of the Spanish God himself, we got Sammy Guevara with Jake Hagar. Was that your Spanish God pose there?
I don't know his pose.
We got a little revenge from Dustin Rhodes versus the Spanish God Sammy Guevara in the ring here next. Dustin Rhodes performing in his hometown gets quite the pop. Even up to a point where, I'll talk about the chant that came out after it. But your thoughts on this match, Styles?
This match was a brawl. At least for Dustin, it was. Dustin just went full ham on him. The whole match was basically him just whooping Sammy's ass. It didn't matter where in the arena he was right on top of him. And of course, Jake Hager was out in the ring, and he got he was confronting or got in the face of Dustin, and Dustin was like, "Oh, you want some of this too?" And he backed down. He didn't do nothing because it's in his contract that he can't fight yet. So, but yeah, I enjoyed this match. I think it was great. Sammy, phenomenal talent. Don't really got nothing bad to say about him. I just enjoy what he does.
Oh, I hear you, man. Yeah, and if you don't follow Sammy Guevara's vlog on a weekly basis, please consider doing so because it's a lot of fun. Yeah, he's growing as a heel. He's growing as a character in his own vlog, but it also shows a whole lot of realness in his real life with his girlfriend, his cat in his apartment. Always connecting with his fans, and I got to give him a lot of credit for that. He like Ethan Page, and other vlogs I watch, he's great with his fans, So I'll give him that. He's outside of the heel, he's really good. So yeah, this match was incredible. Dustin comes off with a win here, and then as because Jake was messing with him throughout the whole match, and all of a sudden, Dustin gets a mic, standing at the edge of the ring, calls him out and says, "Yep. Well, hey, Jericho's." He's like, "Are you gonna fight me in the ring, or are you just gonna be Jericho's bitch?"
He's been there picking up a paycheck and hasn't fought once.
Yeah, and I know that,
man. I was just like, wow.
Yeah, that was just absolutely hilarious, which caused the crowd to respond in kind. Jericho's bitch. Great chant. Great, something new, hot, boom. Probably trended. I didn't check, but wow, yeah, nailed Jake. So, and then come to find later in the episode, in the second half of the episode, it is confirmed we are getting at Revolution Jake Hagar versus Dustin Rhodes. Dustin Rhodes getting a little payback for that broken arm. You excited about this, dude?
Oh, dude, I'm always excited when it comes to AEW.
It's the card's turning out to be a hell of a show. It really is, you know.
Revolution's going to be like, I wish I could call it the WrestleMania pay-per-views, but it's not. But it's going to be something.
It's going to be a special show. It's not far from here. It's sold out quick, and we're in a very tumultuous time here in the world of professional wrestling. You might even see some debuts, and even if we don't, we're going to see some crazy wrestling. I have a cat outside my office door going absolutely batshit crazy. Oh my god! I don't know if you guys can hear that.
I hear it.
Do you hear that? I apologize.
Awesome. Don't be sorry, man. It's a cat.
It's a little zombie Oreo outside my door going cuckoo. Probably gonna piss off my wife and wake her up soon. If you hear a door open, you know I'm about to die. Anyways, but we'll continue. Hopefully, we can finish this before that happens. All right, so Dustin challenges Jake. We get that confirmed. Okay, next we get another promo here between this is an ongoing thing here last couple weeks. Kind of funny. Tony Schiavone interviewing Dr. Britt Baker, getting booed out of the building, dude.
She dug deep into Tony Schiavone and that AEW crowd. What has she got against Whataburger? That's what I gotta say. They got good food.
You know, and I've heard about this. We don't have any Whataburgers up here. I think I'm guessing that's a down south thing.
It's a Texas thing. It's a Midwest.
Yeah, and we don't have anything like that around here. We got what?
White Castle. Or actually, no, you don't. That's along the way.
No, we do, but I think it's like a couple counties south of here before you hit Illinois. I know I've been to one, but it's been like, I want to say almost 20 years. But yeah, it's blurry. But yeah, you know, it's just cutting on this Whataburger overweight crowd. And then, of course, the camera picks out like a bunch of like really big people in the audience just going, you know, that was kind of funny. It was like, oh man, cameraman went heel. But this was funny. And you know, and I really feel like this crowd made Britt Baker. A lot of people have been very, I want to say critical, for lack of better words, on the heel turn of Britt Baker, saying that she's no good. And I've been saying this for weeks, folks. Britt Baker is a work in progress. She's not going to come out there and just cut $1 billion promo after being a quiet baby face since day one in this company, representing the women's division. She went out there and like I said earlier, like we said with Santana, you keep it short and you keep it real. You know, she talked about Tony Schiavone being it. She keeps going back to the barista thing. You know, was driving that wedge, you know, and then,
and then she got against guys making coffee.
Yeah, well, you know, if you're a barista and you're going from a big company like WCW, earning God knows what, to being, you know, a dude behind a counter serving coffee. You know, some might look down on that. You know, me personally, I'm like, hey, the guy's earning a paycheck. But whatever. he didn't want to go to any other brand. So I'll give him, he's got pride. Give him credit for that. But she's obviously taking that and turning it into something to look down on.
Yeah, kind of like a bully.
Yeah, pretty much. And if you didn't know, yes, she is a doctor. I always got to drive that in there. Got how many degrees? 3 degrees, I believe.
3 degrees or something like that, or 2, or really don't matter to me.
But hey, I live in Wisconsin. It's winter. It's winter up here. We know all about the single digits and the degrees. So, oh wait, that's winter. Never mind. That's a temp thing. Anyways, I don't know, dad joke. Yeah, I know. But yeah, I feel like this crowd made Britt tonight. I mean, they really dug into her. Texas let her have it. And I felt like it was a great step for Britt. If this crowd was dead and did not respond to her, that would be bad in another way. You know what I mean?
Oh, exactly. And she knows how to get this crowd going. She's been doing it for weeks now since the Jericho cruise. And, every state that they go into, every city that they go to, she's going to find something about that city that's in a negative factor. And she's going to point it right at them people. And I dig that.
Yeah, see, Randy even thinks she was better this week. See? Yeah. J-Rock Freak, what is up? Welcome. Says, I'm enjoying her as a heel so far. See, there you go. See, she's going to touch everybody a different way. And you never know what she's going to come up with. Right now, she's keeping it real. She's keeping it simple. She's connecting with the crowd. She's getting heat from the crowd. She's doing her job. And she's just going to get better with time. So patience, folks, patience. I feel like she's really starting to turn the corner on this whole heel bit here. All right, so we move on. We got the AEW Women's World Championship up for grabs next. We got Nyla Rose, who has just been dying for her chance at Rio and destroying girls along the way, one by one, making her way through the AEW Women's Division. Man, just what term did JR use in one of the matches tonight? I couldn't remember which one. He said a restaurant quality slobber knocker. That's a hell of a term. Your thoughts on this match, dude?
Wait, which match should we say again? My mind just completely went blank.
Nyla Rose versus Rio.
Oh, Nyla Rose and Rio. Okay, yeah, my bad. Sitting here thinking about this match, I was just like, it's David versus Goliath part 2. The only thing is, it's hard to make the match believable or real. Like, she's this little mighty mouse. I love her character. She's like the happiest person in the company. Everywhere she's going, she's all smiles. Except tonight, she wasn't all smiles because she was up against Nyla Rose, the native beast. But I can't believe everything that she does in that match, doing the snap dragon suplex, and I couldn't believe that. But I was impressed with her performance. But Nyla Rose was the one that had to come out on top. This was her moment to shine. They did 2 title matches tonight, and I was not disappointed. But overall, I gotta say hats off to Nyla. You finally got the title. A lot of people I saw Twitter blow up. A lot of people, even some of the AEW crowd, was not impressed with it. And they're not supposed to be, because you're a heel. They're supposed to be against you. But it's your time to shine. You got the gold now. You go out there, you defend that title against whoever, however, whenever, and you keep on kicking ass. Rio, you had a great run. A lot of people weren't a big fan of you. I was, but I just 98 pounds being able to lift 98 pounds being able to lift someone like Nyla Rose. I was just like, I just couldn't, no offense to her, I just couldn't believe it. But overall, I was.
It's all about like momentum a lot of times.
Yeah.
You know, you get that momentum going and it can carry you through a lot of a match. You know, you catch someone off guard. The bigger one of the two makes a mistake, you advance on it. It's all about the back and forth and making mistakes, countering. Yeah, these two were great in the ring. I had a feeling it was not going to be Nyla's time tonight, but Rio right out of the gate.
Yeah, she was throwing haymakers everywhere.
Yeah,
like she charged a corner. I was just like, oh my god, maybe this is her night. But in the end, that power bomb, I was just like, oh Jesus. Yeah, I don't think she's recovering from this anytime soon.
Yeah, and I know there's been a lot of talk. I know a lot of fans are not happy with the Japanese women that come in, and not everybody is going to enjoy the Joshi style of wrestling.
Yeah.
These little petite Japanese women running all over the place, kicking ass. I enjoy it because it's something different. I feel like they're by no means green.
Oh, of course not.
These women are coming over. They started wrestling when they're in their single digits, for God's sakes. And some of them, like Rio, have been wrestling for 10 years and they're only, 20 years old, or whatever.
And they got so many years to go behind that. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just, it's far in between, a ways away from how we train women in this country, legally. You're supposed to be a certain age before you join a dojo or a wrestling school, whatever you want to call it, and over there it's man, the girls start young and they're going crazy, and by the time you're a teenager, you're off and running on your career and you're having 5-star matches, if we're talking Meltzer. But
only if it's in the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah, only if it's.
Don't forget that. You cannot forget the Tokyo Dome.
That was a good ad, Styles. Thank you. But yeah, I enjoyed all the different girls that came in here, that have come in here and that keep coming in here from the Joshi system. I know there's been a lot of news about the Joshi system in Japan because New Japan is buying or has bought the Stardom and is incorporating those women in New Japan Wrestling. So, I don't know how much longer we're going to see that. If maybe some deal can be struck between AEW and New Japan, maybe AEW can use a few of the girls here and there, bring them in for a U.S. tour for a few months, and then go back, bring in some more, similar to what they do with OWE, the Chinese Oriental Wrestling Entertainment that they brought in. God, I can't think of his name. Sema, and the Strong Hearts. Maybe it's something like that. I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see what happens over the course of the year and see what develops out of that. But nonetheless, I'm absolutely not worried about AEW bringing in some of the best women's talent to help carry this women's division. So yeah, you have a new women's champion in Nyla Rose. I'm happy I can't wait to see what she does. Certainly a different feel to the women's division now. She's been clobbering a few people on her way up to getting this, so we'll have to wait and see, and see if she even here's a good statement here. Hope Sheeta sticks around. Yes, she is a great addition to the women's roster. Absolutely. Also wondered about Ring of Honor and AEW partnership. Yeah, I doubt it. Rob,
AEW really doesn't need a partnership right now.
No, they don't. I mean, they're bringing in a lot of free agents. Like Cobb was not under contract anymore, but he was sticking around doing dates as long as they would have him. They should have tried, or I'm sure they did try to keep him under contract. Maybe they didn't. I'm not sure. We may find that out somewhere in the near future exactly what went south there. But, he had a good run. He had some good matches in Ring of Honor to carry him out of the whole Lucha Underground stuff. So, Critical Sting says, has AEW used anybody from AAA besides Fabi Apache in a women's casino battle royal? Well, not women wise, but they keep using the triple A. There, I finally spit it out. The AAA tag champs are the Lucha Brothers. They keep bringing them because they're not officially signed anywhere, but they keep going back and forth between AEW and AAA. And I'm sure you're going to see more out of that. Kenny Omega is he still the AAA champion? I can't remember. I think he is. He's just not down there all the time defending it. He should be, though. But, you don't want to burn yourself out. And they do have a different schedule than other companies like WWE. But, I can't remember. So, Randy says, I heard Jeff is AEW just finishing his ROH stuff up. Yeah, I have no idea what his schedule is. I'm sure, obviously, he'll finish up whatever dates he's got and won't leave him hanging too poorly. But and Ring of Honor is always restructuring over the course of this last year. We've seen that, so I'm sure they'll bring in some new faces in the near future as well. All right. So new champ Nyla Rose, congrats. I'm stoked about it. I shouldn't do a golf clap. I'll give you a real clap. She deserves a real clap. She really does. Then we get a promo backstage from Chris Jericho talking about, and we talked about this at the top of the show, but it's worth repeating. The bounty hunter he's bringing in just in case Mox did survive Santana. He's bringing in a new bounty hunter, Jeff Cobb. And dude, I'm so excited for him. I really am. Can't tell you how happy I am about that. Then we have Jungle Boy versus MJF. With no Wardlow at ringside up until the very end. Your thoughts on MJF versus Jungle Boy?
Jungle Boy. I thought this was a great match. Anytime MJF is in the ring now, it's golden. I don't care what anyone says about the guy. He's the most hated guy in AEW. I love his character. He is the top heel of the company aside from Jericho. As a matter of fact, he beat a number 2 guy. The athleticism from him and Jungle Boy was just astonishing tonight. And Actually, I would like to see those two take it on one more time after Revolution. Because after tonight, I think they have some unfinished business.
Oh, yeah, dude. These two are the future of this company.
Yes, they really are.
You know, Jungle Boy Jack Perry, as JR loves to call him by his full name. And I think that's out of respect for his father, Luke Perry, who passed away last year. And it lets people know who he is, for the newer fans that come in. Jungle Boy is damn good. He's got a lot to learn. You can say he's green as far as the whole promo aspect. He's building his character. He's got some good people around him in the Jurassic Express, that little tribe he runs with Marco Stunt and Luchasaurus. Quite a tight little family there. And then you've got one of the biggest heels in the company, who's MJF, who is basically, we don't know who's going to headline Revolution yet. At least I don't think we know who is technically. Oh, excuse me. We don't know exactly who's going to headline this pay-per-view yet, but I tell you what, after last week and what we saw Cody go through, and I've seen some different opinions out there, and you know what? I think Cody and MJF should absolutely headline Revolution. MJF is almost surpassing Jericho as a heel in this company with his presence and what he's been doing to Cody. And Cody's a top babyface. What do you think, dude?
Oh, absolutely. But like I said, I see MJF as a number 2, but hey, man, you make really good sense with the surpassing Jericho as a heel, and that gives him every right and reason to be able to headline this pay-per-view with Cody Rhodes. And, or should we just say Cody because he's not allowed to use the last name?
Oh, he can. I think he legally can.
But
he just doesn't.
But what we got here? Cody is a face. Yes, he is a face. I would love to see these two main event, but at the same time, I think we should have a double main event. Jericho Moxley, MJF Cody. A double headliner. Other companies have done it in the past. They still do it to this day, just not as much. Mostly you'll see it at like house shows or ROH shows. But yeah, I think you made an absolute point that they should have MJF, Cody, Steel Cage, 1-on-1. No, as a matter of fact, don't even get Wardlow involved. That would just ruin the match.
He might have his hands full. Did you see the stare down between Luchasaurus and Wardlow at the end of this match?
I think I did.
That could certainly be foreshadowing to something in the soon and near future. Might even happen at the pay-per-view. I don't know how loaded this card is going to get. It's growing by the week. Next week it's going to pretty much double in matches because we're going to find out the tag team, and I'm sure we're going to find out soon enough if we're going to have a women's match. But they got to fill that card up. So wouldn't be surprised if Luchasaurus wants a little revenge for Wardlow taking out
Jungle Jack or
Jungle Boy. Yeah.
Jungle Jack Perry.
I almost said Jungle Perry. I'm like, wait, that don't sound right. Perry Jungle. No.
That sounds like another company that would say something like that.
Yeah, right.
Let's give
Oh
them a
my,
really PG name.
oh my God! What is the Forest Perry doing here? But dude, what did you think of that spinning modified F5 that Wardlow did to Jungle Boy?
Oh, dude. That modified F5 just beastly, man. Like, I didn't know Wardlow before he came into AEW. I never heard the name before.
Me neither.
I've been in and out of the wrestling business for the last several months. And as soon as I saw his name, I was like, who is this guy? And they started doing all these promos and they're building him up to be this, this monster, like this hitman type person. And it's just like, okay, I'll give him a chance. And as soon as we found out he's MJF's bodyguard, I'm like, oh boy, we're in for a treat. But seeing him take out Jungle Boy, that just, I mean, the dude's dangerous.
Oh yeah, and you had to give the audience, the live audience and the TV audience a little taste of what they're going to get next week. Like, oh my God, is he going to do that to Cody? That's what everybody's going to be saying over the next week, in that cage. Cody's going to be shitting himself, no doubt. Great little question here from Elijah Washington. Says, J-Bone, do you think AEW is going to have a 3-hour show? Laughing emoji times 6 and then a crying one. If they do, I don't know if it's going to be in the same hour setting and become a 3-hour show like Raw, or if it's going to be something separate on TNT and have a different feel to it. They're talking about it, and I don't think it's going to be dark. It's going to be something else. We'll have to wait and see. But there is something in the works. We just don't know how it's going to be processed into television itself. So we'll just have to wait and see. Wait and find out. But yeah, this back and forth match was incredible. MJF comes out on top. I missed what Wardlow did to Jungle Boy. I know he snuck out there at the end. But then, he got in the ring after the match was done, give him that spinning modified F5. Luchasaurus and Marco Stunt come out for the save then, and Wardlow and MJF retreat. Yeah, man, I can't wait for that cage match. That's going to be absolutely
pure mayhem, because I think it's going to be Cody that takes the victory to begin with. I mean, he took 10 whips to the back and the front. I mean, he's desperate for this fight.
Honestly, I think it could go either way, honestly, because this could be just one more thing to help the storyline carry on into another chapter.
That's possibility too,
because this is all leading up to Cody earning the match with MJF. He got through that first one. Now he's got to get through that next one. He's got to get through the cage match with Wardlow, and this is Wardlow's first match. Is Wardlow going to lose? I mean, not a lot of people know him, but damn, he's intimidating, and this is the first cage match in this company's history. So hard to say. I don't want to. I mean, a lot of people are like, "Oh, Cody's going to take him," but we should not overthink wrestling, But damn, this is a cage match with someone twice the size of Cody. We don't know how devastating he is, but if he's pulling off F5s that look more devastating than Brock's, holy shit, dude, there's something to worry about.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Core. Much love, dude. Oh, here we go. Jeff Cobb versus Luchasaurus. There's people in the chat already coming up with future matches for Jeff Cobb. Hey, maybe Cobb can bring Taz out of retirement. I doubt it, but damn, those two are going to be talking backstage, and I'm sure Taz is going to be going to be one of many people helping mold Jeff Cobb in the future of this company.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely, man. Taz is he's a very influential, role model backstage. His time in ECW, his time in the WWE. Sucks that his career was cut short because of a neck injury, but
that's right, it was a neck injury.
Yeah.
Hey, Edge came back.
Yeah.
The
question is, did Taz get the proper procedures done to make a return?
Yeah, and there's people going down to Columbia like crazy and becoming completely rejuvenating their career, I should say. Who knows? You never want to, like I said.
Are you talking about that stem cell surgery or whatever?
Yeah.
I've been hearing a lot about that.
And it's all positive. Morrison, Cage, Kevin Nash, Ryback. The list goes on and on. Rey Mysterio. All these people going down there and coming back like putting years back into their career. It's crazy.
See, that's good news right there.
Yeah, and it's making people around this country jealous because people are saying that whatever's going on down in Colombia, their stuff is a lot more legit. That's what's going on around here. So, a lot of people are taking vacations. Professional wrestlers are taking vacations down in Colombia and coming back like new people. So,
maybe knows? I should take a trip to Colombia.
Hey, I honestly think it'd be worth looking into, dude.
I'm not that far either.
Yeah, you're just a hop, skip, and a jump away, right? Right, just right across the waters there. So, all right, back to AEW here. We just crept over an hour. Let's keep this going. We get a Pac promo next, talking about in 2 weeks she's going to be facing Omega. Can't wait to see that next match. That's going to be number 3, I think, isn't it?
I think so.
Pretty sure. Next, we have the main event. Could be Elijah. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. Christian's been banged up a lot. We'll have to wait and see. So, not to get too far off the subject, but yeah. Oh, yes, Iron Man match. Yes, they are going to have an Iron Man match. Can't wait for that. So, Mox versus Santana in the main event. This was fun. But compared to everything else that happened in this show, it kind of just like I'm not gonna say it sucked or anything, but I was so much thinking about everything else that happened before we got into the main event, and by the time this happened, my mind was preoccupied. So I didn't come out of the main event like, oh my God, what a main event. But what happened after the main event, to me personally, was a lot more exciting. What did you think of Santana versus Mox?
I thought it was a pretty good match. I didn't have a whole lot of high expectations going into it, but I call it the halfway blindfold match because both of them have one eye covered.
Right, it was an eye for an eye, so they're both a little grittier going into this. They got a little, handicap match. Okay, I see what you did there. Yeah.
I'm terrible. But yeah, this match stood out for me. I thought it was great. Seeing Ortiz getting involved, blinding Moxley in the corner up at the turnbuckle, blinding the other eye, hoping that Santana would get the upper hand.
Oh, that's right. He took a drink out of his
flask and he blinded him. And then after that, Moxley got his thumb in the other eye of Santana, so both of them couldn't see for shit. So I'm just like, oh, great, here we go. If I knew better, they also took it outside the ring. They had some smash mouth wrestling right out there as well in the crowd. That was early on in the match. Of course, at the end, we see the paradigm shift get hit, and your winner being Jon Moxley. But post-match, the sock out of nowhere by Ortiz, followed by a beatdown by the Inner Circle.
And
then the hired hit, Jeff Cobb.
The bounty hunter.
I gotta say, overall, I think this was a fantastic episode of AEW tonight. A lot of great matches. I had my ups and downs on everything, but I have more ups than I had downs. So, just like any other promotion, I find a flaw and I pick it out, and then everything else, just subject to change.
What would you say was a flaw in tonight's episode?
Tonight's flaw? Well, I wouldn't call it a flaw. I would just, you talked about the Joshi wrestlers coming in and how I said it wouldn't be a little bit believable, but you put more logic into it to make it more understandable why they do what they do.
Okay.
So, like I said, it wasn't much of a flaw, but it just...
You're just talking about some of the people not catching on with the whole Japanese women coming in.
Yeah, I'm not used to it yet. I mean, I'm used to Kairi Sane and Asuka, but, they're not 98 pounds.
Right, and they're not brought out all the time either, No.
But then you got, what's her face? Sheena. Right?
Kairi Shida, yeah.
Yeah, you got Sheeta, and then you got Emmy. And it's just like, I'm used to them. I'm just not used to Rio's style yet.
Yeah, Rio hasn't been brought out as often as some of the other girls have over the last several months. And some people have been critical of, she's not out there defending it as often. It's like, well, how often do you want her to defend it? It's and this whole, and I keep telling people are so damn critical. It's like, they want the shit 5 minutes ago. And this whole brand is a work in progress.
Oh, it definitely is. People thought this was going to be like a social experiment and that it was going to fade away within a couple of months. Here it is a couple months later, and it's already got a multi-year extension plus an extra show added on. And now we got folks that want a third hour added, and it's just like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, this is more than just a small brand. This is not the little fish in a big pond anymore.
Yeah, and TNT's obviously happy with the ratings.
This is their number one show, apparently.
Yeah, it's bringing in viewers. It's drawing a crowd. They're catching a certain age demo. I don't understand all that Nielsen shit, but whatever. They're happy. They extended this show for another 4 years. Can't complain, man. And this brand's just going to grow. And as the brand grows, ratings are going to go because you're going to have more storylines, more characters coming in.
That's what I can't wait for right there. I mean, I have no choice but to wait, but I can't. And,
Yeah.
everyone's talking about, Luke Harper, a.k.a. Brody Lee. He's possibly on his way in AEW. We just saw Matt Hardy get written off TV. Everyone thinks that he's going to be involved with AEW. I'm not going to say anything because I don't know. I'm not the source. So you can't come to me. But I do know one person on the internet that would claim it as a source, but he's a D-bag. So
Oh, I know who you've been going back and forth with.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to give him publicity. He doesn't deserve it. But
yeah, he is pretty douchey. Yeah.
Yeah, very.
We've both have our run-ins with different people with sources and whatever, because their opinion is the only one that matters, apparently.
Did you see he changed his handle the other day?
No, I've had him blocked for a while too, so I never.
If you want a good laugh, just unblock him and check it out, and then reblock him. But yeah,
I can't wait.
But yeah,
well, I mean, his initials say it all. It's BS. That's all we gotta say about that.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Just reading something here. What did I? Oh, Elijah Washington says J-Bone should go to AEW and be a manager. Oh, I appreciate that. I'm not going to be debuting anytime soon, but I did get my tickets for AEW Milwaukee. So I will be there at the show come April 1st. And no, that's not an April Fool's. I'll be there with Mrs. J-Bone. We will be in the crowd. Pretty much dead center, way up in the bowl of the classic, what used to be called the Mecca Arena in downtown Milwaukee. So looking forward to that.
I'll keep a lookout.
Hope. Oh yeah, you ain't gonna see me. We'll be way up. I got some cheap seats. But hey, I'm still gonna be there.
Best view of the house.
Yeah, still gonna be there. And tickets are selling nice. They only been on sale for like a week now. Tickets are selling nice. I'm hoping Milwaukee comes out and represents. It's certainly a hot wrestling town. A few days before, though, funny as it may be, is a house show for the WWE. So it's going to be very interesting to see who draws more. A weekend house show on the road to WrestleMania for WWE, or the debut of AEW in Milwaukee. So, different arenas, but right next door to each other. Still going to be interesting. We'll see. So, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight, blowing up the chat. Looks like we got a whole lot of Elijah here at the end. That's all right. Much love, man. Glad you're here, giving your thoughts on everything, giving your feedback. So, coming up next week. Oh my goodness. If this week wasn't loaded enough, wait till you hear this. We got the debut of Jeff Cobb against one John Moxley. Shut up and take my money. You sold me on that match. I can't wait to see that. So excited. We got the cage match, Wardlow versus Cody. We have the 10-team tag team battle royal for the number one contendership of the AEW Tag Team Championship. Omega and Page are defending their belts again, this time against Lucha Brothers. And I didn't look at let me look at Twitter real quick. I'm going to look at AEW. I gotta see who. Oh, there's pictures of Jeff Cobb all over here. That is so awesome. It legit makes me so happy to see him as a part of this brand. I'm looking for the card pictures for next week. Why am I not seeing them? I should be seeing them like at the top of the thing here. Austin. Oh well, nonetheless, not a biggie. All right, so we're wrapping this up. Yeah, I was just going to try to find all the tag teams listed in that match. Pretty sure. I don't know if there's going to be any surprises. I doubt
I would be
it, but
surprised if there's one surprise tag team.
there certainly could be. There certainly could be. This is a crazy time. And we're also got the confirmation, like I said, Jake Hagar versus Dustin Rhodes. Dustin Rhodes getting some payback at Revolution to help build that card. So thank you, brother, Mr. CM Styles, for joining me on this review of AEW.
Always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure.
Definitely a pleasure always having you on, man. Why don't you let the folks know again where they can find you, what you're doing real quick if they didn't catch it at the start of the show. Get all your shit in, dude.
All right. So basically, you can find me on Twitter at StylesGaming81. Find me on Twitch at Styles_Gaming. And smash them follows, smash them subs, smash whatever you can. Ring that bell for notifications. Ring-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Come on, man. Find me. I'm not a hard man to find.
Awesome, man. Good to hear. Yeah, like you said, smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. Find me on the Twitter box. You can find Smash This Podcast on Facebook as well. You can find me personally on Twitter at JBone5150. That's JAYBONE 5150. All the tags are in the description of the video. Go find me, go follow me. Building a brand. We're creeping up on 800 here, trying to get there, trying to get to 1,000, but hey, it's one at a time, right?
Yes,
So any last minute things here in the chat? Zach, what is up? Says just watch Cobb versus Mox and New Japan match. Meh. Oh, that's interesting. I did not know they had one. Huh. I'll have to go and find that one myself. All right. Well, nonetheless, it's a different brand. It's a different surrounding. We'll see what they bring. So, and of course, Inner Circle is going to get involved too. So, but yeah, this is the first time a lot of people are going to catch Jeff Cobb, and a lot of people just don't know who he is. So, very exciting time for him. I'm happy for him. So, as we wrap this up, man, thanks again for joining. And like you said, smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications so that you know that when more of my content hits your screen or hits your screen, through the whole screen. All right. Later. Peace. Good night, folks.
Peace out.